The love triangle between Power Rangers, Netflix, and Nickelodeon is about to come to an end, and we want to get into the real reason why. One of the main reasons, there are a lot of reasons that the fans have been talking about, but we dug deep and did some research, and we want to break down why Power Rangers is leaving Nickelodeon. Let's get into it. Hit that intro.
I can't do this on my own, cause you know things ain't always sweet when you out here in these streets. But my morpher when it morphed, I made a fake one.
Yo, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to the fan club. It's your boy Dan Brosnan in the building. Welcome to the show. If you guys like this content, you know what to do. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. You can also send us a super thanks right here on YouTube. Goes a long way. We really appreciate it and helps us on this daily video grind. Today is a great video. We have had a few people ask for this video, and we've done a few videos about this subject, but we wanted to really get into the main reason why Hasbro and Power Rangers are leaving Nickelodeon. Now, we did some research. A little bit later, we're going to show you the numbers and the breakdown and how this all works. But long story short, we have heard so many different ideas. Oh, it's because of the way that Nickelodeon promotes it. It's because of the time slot. There's 1,001 different factors that factor into this, okay? But there's one main reason that when Hasbro looked at this, there was no way to get around it, and they had to get rid of it. And that is that the numbers are dying with Nickelodeon because the cable platforms are dying. And if you look at it, every single year the numbers have gone down for Power Rangers, and it's a mixture of a lot of different problems all into one. But however, with the fact that cable's dying and it's not an original Nickelodeon show, well, good old Nick isn't going to sponsor it and advertise it like it would all of the other Nickelodeon shows that they have, right? So with that being said, you factor in the 7 o'clock time slot, which is just ridiculous. I hate waking up at 7. You factor in that you have all of these international releases that happen way beforehand. Not even like a week before, we're talking a few months before. Like, that was kind of ridiculous with Ninja Steel and Beast Morphers. You know, it's one of those situations where there's a lot of factors, but with cable dying, every single year your numbers are going to dwindle, okay? You have to think about that every single year. So if you start having any other problems, it's just going to really hurt you. And you can be like, oh, well, cable isn't the main factor. Well, tell me. We're going to look into the numbers in just a second. But as you guys will see, it's hard to kind of like argue against that. But before we get into that part, I just want to kind of tell you guys that Hasbro sees all of this. They have came on in cutting a bunch of deals off. So right away, I know they came in taking the toy company side away from Bandai, right? And then they bought Power Rangers within 6 months to a year later. Then they started chopping all these deals up. They chopped up a bunch of merchandising deals. They chopped up the Shout Factory deal. And why did they cut out those? Because they weren't making money. They weren't profitable anymore. They weren't, like, it was more of a headache for them than it was actually a surplus or a positive, you know? So then you had the Netflix situation where they took all of those seasons off, and fans were pissed. Well, they created a demand and were able to put them on their YouTube channel, which is theirs, and they can make money off those episodes. And you just created a demand because they didn't have these seasons forever. So anytime they pop a new season, the numbers shoot through the roof. Think about that, guys. They're changing up the game and they're doing things that are more profitable and make more sense in today's market economy, right? Not everybody is going to the stores and buying DVDs no more. It's really all digital these days. So you have to think about these things. And then Netflix and the Nickelodeon deal is just something that has been brewing. You know that they've been wanting to go to Netflix, but they still had that Nick deal, so they created kind of an out plan where the last year we're gonna screw Nickelodeon. They haven't showed Power Rangers any love in a long time. They just kind of sleep on Power Rangers. Well, this time they're gonna get slept on, and we're gonna get out of here, and they're gonna get all of our old episodes that are already trending on Netflix. And that's something big, y'all. Netflix shows trend and they do a good job of putting them in the right positions for the right viewers. That's what I said. If you could get 10-15% of those 16 million a month, you're good, man. You're real good. Like that, it's awesome. And some months you might get even more because premieres and stuff like that. But we're gonna get into these numbers and kind of break down the best of my ability why the TV ratings, why the numbers are down, just everything is connecting the dots to drag down Power Rangers. And Netflix was a good opportunity to kind of bring it up. And if you're being brought down by stuff, you gotta cut it off, you gotta push it off. And that's exactly what Hasbro is doing. And I know a lot of people are stuck in their ways and they want things to be the same. They want it to be on Nickelodeon. They want the DVDs. But things change and we have to keep moving forward. There's going to be some awesome new things to look forward to. So let me know what you guys think about that point in the comments, but let's get into the numbers.
So let's get into these numbers. There are a lot of reasons why Power Rangers and Hasbro pulled out of the Nickelodeon deal, but I believe it is all in the numbers, revenue, but the numbers equal revenue. So let's kind of look at season 1 of Dino Fury and let's kind of see everything disintegrate and evaporate. It is nuts what has happened, and we're going to talk all about it and connect the dots real quick. Whoa. Okay, so the season premiere, Destination Dino Henge, got 343,000 people. That is pretty weak compared to, back in 2011, 2012, they were pushing about 1 million people on a Saturday to watch the premiere, So this is way worse in the numbers, but honestly, this is still pretty good for 7 a.m. For February 20th, that's 7 a.m. on Nickelodeon. That's still pretty good. I want to say about 200,000 of these are not kids. They are fans. And as you see things start to dwindle, it just slowly starts to go down. And then right here, new recruits only got 228,000. Then it goes a little bit up, right? But then it starts to get real bad. So at a week summer hiatus, Netflix drops first half of Dino Fury, and then episode 9, it got 310, decent, right? Then it starts to dwindle again. So the only last big episode that they had, their biggest episode was, then this is nuts, but Netflix dropped the second half, right? And so Super Hot Shot was the only premiere episode on Nickelodeon. It was like besides the international spoilers. I know a lot of people, including myself, saw Super Hot Shot on the international spoilers from Pop in the UK. But technically, this was the only episode left that we have that Nickelodeon got to air, and that's where things get real bad, all right? So they drop over 100,000 views the next week, and then Old Foes, which is so crazy because this This is so sad, but yet hilarious. Hasbro dropped the ball in the end on Nickelodeon on purpose. They wanted everybody else to see this amazing episode, Old Foes, before we put it on Nickelodeon. They didn't even get the hype of having the Lord Zed episode, my friends. Like, that is just crazy, and I love it. If you're going to disrespect the brand for so long, we're going to give Netflix all the cool stuff because they want the brand, right? And you'll see Dino Fury versus Beast Morphers premiere viewership. So you've got... So, okay. All right. So we're actually not doing so bad. We're right in the Beast Morpher area. Now let's look at the most and least viewed episodes. And this is to give you some perspective. So, good old Samurai back in the day used to have a 3.7, man. 3.7. And that's pretty big. That's like a million people watching the episode. Well, times have changed. The internet has changed everything. Cable is not what it used to be. And this is basically Ninja Steel. It was not a well-written season. They didn't advertise it well. This was the beginning of the end for Saban. Yeah, it was about time that they got that out. Most of them released new episodes. So, what do we got? So, Beast Morphers is kind of killing it. Old Foes, that is so funny. So, Dino Fury is getting a bunch of and that hurts to see a 0.112. But I bet if you went and looked over at the Netflix numbers, you are going to kind of poop your pants on what we could see. And now, obviously, I don't have the Netflix numbers on Power Rangers. Nobody does on really. They don't release TV ratings like this, right? And you look over time, here we go. So, dang. So, Dino Fury is doing worse than Beast Morphers was. And Beast Morphers was not doing very good either. And these are good seasons. But Dino Fury just... It's not getting the love on Nickelodeon. And they're purposefully putting it on Netflix. So don't get caught up in those numbers. Because now it's on multiple platforms. And more kids are watching it. And it's just nuts to see that average dwindle every single year. It's like a stock. When are we going to see no more regression? When are we going to see some positive net? You know what I'm saying, guys? And that's where Netflix comes into play, all right? So, Netflix annual subscribers, according to Business of Apps, in 2020, they had 192 million subscribers, okay? So if you break that down monthly, that's 16 million subscribers. Let's just say we just get 15% of that. Just 15% is all. That's 2.4 million views, right? Like that's way more than you could get. If you could just get 15% of that 16 million, a very small number in the scheme of things. Even if you get 10%, that's still pretty good, man. When we're looking at it, I don't know. I believe in Netflix way more than I believe in Nickelodeon at this point, especially when it comes to streaming. Streaming's where it's at, and if you're gonna get on a platform, you might as well get on one of the most successful platforms, right? Let me know what you guys think. I love these type of videos. Do you think it was the right move? I believe that getting out of this move was huge. I believe it was about the numbers, but it was also about money. And as you can see, those numbers cannot make you money. The more numbers you got, the more money you can make, the more toys you can sell, which makes more money, the more merch, more everything, man. And Netflix right here, 192 million subscribers. It breaks down to 16 million subscribers per month. That's crazy, guys. Like, that's kind of what I'm thinking about. And we have to think outside the box if we want Power Rangers to take the next step. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. We love you guys so much. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Peace. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscription button, and also hit that notification bell to stay in the algorithm. Do you guys support the fan club? You want to help us make our next episode and keep this show running? Well, check out our brand new fan club t-shirts. These are on our Square site. Go check that out. Go check us out on all social media platforms. And thank you for rocking with us, guys. Peace.